Alright guys, Tuesday morning, what you got going on today?
I'm just inputting some new products on the website. We've got some big updates coming to the website, so it's going to be a lot easier to navigate. So I'm just going through and adding things to the website.
We just got this back from our watchmaker, service that for another trader. That's now done. It's now working perfectly. So he's going to come collect that today.
What watch is it?
It's a full yellow gold Daytona 116528 reference, which is the older ref. It's actually quite clean though, to be fair. But yeah, he was having a few keeping time issues. But yeah, that's all sorted now. This just sold on our website and for finance. This is going to be going out the door today. 2024 Sprite, lovely condition. So yeah, just sent the client some more pictures he requested, and they're going to get that box up to go out shortly. But yeah, so still early doors.
Yeah,
just at midday, and still
first deal done.
First deal of the day done.
Hopefully
get a few more done.
Any customers booked in for appointments there, anything like that?
Yeah, he got
someone coming for a Sky Dweller.
Yeah, coming to the Sky Dweller. So we got a green, a white, and a black for him to view. He does want a blue, to be honest. Oh, sorry, did I say
blue? Yeah, he wants a blue. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got all the other colours basically, but he wants a blue. We're gonna maybe try and push him into one of the other colours, but if not, we can source in the blue. But it won't maybe not be today. But let's see what happens.
Yeah,
is that yellow Daytona back?
Yeah, it's done. Come grab it today.
Oh, legend. Thanks for
Oh,
that.
mate, all good. So that was a trader for that watch. Just called me to grab it today.
Want to show you this coming stock yesterday. One of our favourite watches, definitely. It's a 5164A. Stainless steel Aquanaut. 2016 model, box and papers. Absolutely immaculate. For us, these are, such good sellers. They kind of sell themselves in a sense. But yeah, this is up on our page now for 68,500. Will it be here once the video goes out? I do not know, but get on us at the message. But yeah, give us a message. Even if it's not here, we can get you another one.
We got this watch from a client on Saturday. It's now Tuesday. We put it on Chrono, our website, eBay, etc. And I've had a client message me saying they want to do a video call to see it. So he texted me last night, said he's interested in the watch. He's been looking for it for a long time for his daughter, but he was in London, but he left London this morning at 6 a.m. So he couldn't come and see the watch. So I said, I can do a video call for you, I can show you it, and you can pay for the watch, and we'll put it aside for you, ready for whenever you want to come and pick it up. But I think he's on a flight, yeah, I've got one tick with him now. So I'll probably do a video call with him Thursday. And we'll try and film that. So I've got a return client. We just sold him we bought a watch from him before. We've just sold him this Oysterflex Ghost. And we polished his Daytona free of charge.
Looks amazing.
It was a bit bad before, but now it's brand new.
Nice.
Do you buy watches?
Yeah, of course.
The discontinued Azura Blue, Roman numeral smooth, Oyster.
Datejust 2?
Datejust, yeah.
What year is it?
24.
Okay, cool. And it's smooth bezel Oyster. We have a lot of smooth bezel. Sorry? Yeah, it's sold, yeah. We have a lot of smooth bezel. We have 6 smooth bezels, so
it's that.
Yeah.
That on Oyster.
Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 7 smooth bezels at the moment. So it's not something we'd really want to stock at the moment. If he's part exchanging, then yes, we probably would have a deal. So the blues that you want, are you looking for the new Ref 41mm or the old Ref 40mm? So these are that's 40mm, that's 41.
Either, like.
So you're not too fast.
Not too fast.
And you fast on the year, how old or new it is?
Either 05 or like whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're not fussy at all. Okay, so there's going to be a big price range, right? So 05 will be around 8.5 to 9k. And then you've got the 2010 to 2015 is going to be around the 10k to 10.5. And then 2015 to 2020 will be around 10 to 11. And then the new Ref 41mm will be about 12.5 onwards.
And that's the 2020?
2020 onwards, yeah. So yeah, a bit of a price. It all depends where you want to be, what you want to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Can get you any of them models that I said below very quickly as well.
And how much will you give on the part exchange?
So yours is a smooth Oyster 2024.
Twice.
Once twice 2024. We would be like 6k.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever the difference is on top between what you go for, we can
Do you have any like stickered like subs or like any of the black subs?
Stickered. I have a stickered Daytona.
Ah, nah, that's a bit out.
But no, nothing, I don't really have a lot of stuff that's stickered if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, not much stickered to be honest. Is it something you're going to wear?
Yeah, like I bought
Why do you want stickered out of curiosity?
just anything like that looks very new.
Okay, yeah, so I would suggest going for something this unworn rather than stickered, because what you'll do is you'll pay a premium for anything that's stickered, and if you're going to wear it, you're just going to ruin the stickers anyway, so you kind of lose that premium. But we can get you something that's unworn. You mean like, you know, a bluesy, unworn condition, that'd be very easy to find, not a problem.
Okay, great. Do you have a card with something?
Yeah, of course. Days.
Brilliant. Yeah,
So
I live locally, so I can bring the watch as
Yeah,
well. But
yeah, of course,
I
that's
mean,
fine,
just
yeah.
so
If you give us a message before you're coming, like a heads up, potentially I can get you something here to look at before you buy it as well, so you haven't got to go ahead with it. Maybe I can get you something here first.
yeah, for sure. This is
Nice, yeah, perfect, yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Name tag.
perfect, yeah, cool, perfect, yeah, that's, yeah. So it would be at the bid that we said 6k, so yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Give us a message. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Alright Charlie, so we just did a reel talking about the importance of box and papers for Instagram, but obviously we can talk a little bit more on this YouTube type format.
Yeah.
Like what is your actual sort of feeling on the importance of box and papers, both as a buyer and a seller?
Okay, as a buyer, I get it when people come in and, people are very sceptical about why a watch doesn't have papers, and I completely get that. But as a seller, it's my job to put that buyer at ease in a sense, and say the right things and explain. And if they still want box and papers after that, then of course we can provide whatever they want. Majority of watches we do sell does have boxes and papers. But if you look back to a lot of the watches we sell a lot of watches like ladies' watches from the 1980s/1990s, and a lot of the papers over time do get lost. The most popular thing that we hear with box of papers is it got lost in a house move, or it was in my loft and then my mum threw it out and stuff like that. We hear a lot of that. But moving on to like what I believe and what I think is, if you've bought a watch with box of papers, keep that safe. Don't lose that, because you've lost quite a significant value if you was to lose the papers for your watch, especially with a modern watch as well. I feel like the modern watches take a bit more of a hit with having no papers in comparison to the vintage watches, because with vintage watches you kind of 50-50 expect it to be without papers, whereas a modern watch, if you got a 2025 watch, you don't expect the papers to be lost for a 2025 watch. So a little bit harder to sell that sort of stuff. But if you are a buyer and you're on a budget, or you're looking for a bargain in a sense, you can get quite good deals on a watch that doesn't have papers. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's stolen. It doesn't mean that at all. We don't sell anything along those lines, stolen watches and stuff like that. Even if it doesn't have papers, we still do the correct checks that are needed. Like we do our watch register check to check that hasn't been put on the stolen register, whether that's been stolen or put on an insurance claim. We do those checks first before we even buy the watch to check that it's not on that register. If it's not on that register, it's a clean watch and it's perfect for us to buy. Obviously, we do the checks to make sure that watch is legitimate. And once those checks have been complete, it's a completely perfect watch to sell to anyone. It's going to be cheaper than what the watch would be if it had papers, but that's perfect for someone that wants a bargain on a watch or is working on a certain budget. But yeah, the stigma around it is, it hasn't got no box of papers. Where's that been stolen from? And that's honestly not the case. Of course, it does happen. Not here, but it definitely does happen. There is stolen watches that do go around and stuff, but you know, that's not something that we ever touch or even think about doing.
So to people that don't know, obviously the importance of papers is that there's only one copy that can't be replaced. Is that
Yeah,
right?
exactly that. So you can go down the route of, you know, putting a Rolex in for a service with Rolex. You get the Rolex document to say it's been serviced. I mean, yeah, it's a peace of mind, but it's not papers again. Once you lose your papers, then papers are gone forever. You can get, you know, little documents here and there. I mean, even if you used to buy a watch from us, for example, if it didn't have papers, we would give you the invoice with it, with our warranty as well. So you've essentially got, you know, paperwork from a reputable jeweler to say that that watch is completely legit and you purchased it from here, and we give you warranty on that watch as well. So in my eyes, that's just as good as papers. If you're dealing with someone reputable and you're worried about the watch not being legitimate, you know, anyone reputable would not be doing that to you. So that's just as good as papers in my eyes.
And about kind of like Rolex service cards, they act as a sort of technically a guarantee that it's a legit watch, but it doesn't serve the same sort of value, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it will add a bit of value into the watch, having a service card, but it's not going to have the same value as what a full set box and papers watch would have. Of course, it makes your job a little bit easier knowing that, oh, it's been serviced with Rolex, you know, it's been serviced by the right person, it's got the correct parts inside, no parts have been changed for any aftermarket parts. It kind of gives you a bit of a peace of mind in that sense, but, you know, it's still not papers in a sense.
So if you were being offered a watch that had no papers versus the same watch but it has a Rolex service card, would that be any sort of increase in the offer at all?
Maybe a tad, nothing crazy though. I mean, it's not going to boost my offer by, you know, hundreds of thousands. It might be a couple of £100, if that, you know.
So in that sense, like, unless the watch desperately needs a service and you really want it serviced by Rolex, there's not really a huge reason to do so. You could save yourself money getting serviced elsewhere, or...
Yeah, I mean, again, just make sure you service watch with reputable people. Don't just leave your watch for a service anywhere. You want to know that the people that are servicing your watch, one, know what they're doing, know what they're looking at, and they're using the correct parts to go in that watch as well. But yeah, I mean, we've got all that in-house here. We've got our own watchmaker, we've got our own polisher, we've got everything like that. So for us, if a watch come in and it was broken or needed a service, we're not too fussed by that. Obviously, the price would have to reflect that, but you know, we get every watch serviced in-house before it goes into stock anyway, so that's not a problem.
And this is a slight tangent, but have you been offered any of those Rolex certified pre-owned watches yet that come with the brown card? Is it a brown card?
Yeah, it's like a cream card. Yeah, we've had a couple, to be fair, and it does baffle me, to be honest with you, because sometimes we've bought a couple in the past and we've bought them at what we think the market value is, and I know what the Rolex are selling them for. So massive gap, really. It does surprise me sometimes when people come in and sell those watches, because I think you've probably lost quite a substantial amount of money here, but you know, we only pay what we think the market value is, not what the pre-owned section are doing. I think what the pre-owned section are, they're honestly ripping people off, to be honest.
They're kind of taking advantage of people who want a watch but don't want to wait.
It's crazy.
Don't know about shopping elsewhere, like here, for example.
Do you know what? Maybe we'll do a video about it, because we got the shop down the road on Oxford Street, and you know, I walk past there most days, and some of the price they've got in their window there it's obscene. Like, I get that being who they are, they can charge a bit more, but there's charging more, and then there's that. I think it's two different things. I feel sorry for anyone that pays them prices, to be honest.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but how would the brown or the cream coloured card? Do they have a cream card? Has there been an instance where you've seen a watch that has that Rolex certified pre-owned card, but not the original guarantee?
Yes, I have seen that.
And how does that have any?
So for me, I would basically book that in as what we said before, like a service card. Because for me, it essentially is that, you know, Rolex have serviced that, they've maybe given it a polish to get up to scratch, and then added that card to it. You know, it's still not the original warranty card, it's still not the original papers, so it's for me the same as what we mentioned before, for sure.
Okay, so I have a client who wants to buy a Patek 5269R. This lady's Aquanaut, but wants to pay me in gold. So I'm going to phone a dealer in Hatton Garden who deals with a lot of gold, find out how much gold the client needs to give me, then I'm going to phone the client to confirm. Let's call it now. Doesn't answer now.
Hi Ben,
Hey
how
there,
are
bro.
you?
Yeah, I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good, brother. Thank you.
So that would be 52,500 would be 559 grams of gold. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
bro, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All good?
Perfect, brother. Yeah. Okay, all good, all good.
Okay. So I'll see you whenever you're coming.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon, brother.
Perfect.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you very much. Bye.
Cool. So I've had a bit back and forth with the client anyway. He's bought with me before. So hopefully he's going to pop in now one day this week and we can do the deal for this Patek.
Alright boys, I'm going to ask you some questions, but we want to stay away from the normal this or that kind of stuff. But I do want to know your favourite watch from each brand. So I'm going to ask you individually if you had to pick like a favourite watch.
Good
For example,
question.
Charlie, your favourite AP.
It's too hard.
Perpetual calendar, blue dial, unbelievable.
I actually don't know. I can't think of.
Or is it an annual
what
calendar?
watch.
It's a petrol calendar, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. All good.
I'm actually not sure, honestly.
Say
I
skelly,
don't
mate.
know.
Say 39mm skelly ain't hard, is it? Just make something up. Like, really ain't hard.
39 mil skilly.
Can I keep going with
Yeah.
this?
Yeah?
Alright, back to Charlie now. Your favourite Patek. I think I already know the answer.
Yeah, you know. I ain't have to tell you, do I, Jed? Go on and tell me.
5712R?
Ah, 5740.
5740
White gold.
Oh my god, we got customer. Oh my god, we got customer.
Ben was saved by the customer there. Saved by the door.
Oh, I was just going to go 540G.
Hey there, mate. You okay?
Yeah, so Andrew,
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
I was coming out to see if... We're going to film now.
No. You're just me.
That's it. I was coming out to see I've got a 2021 red coral OP 41 and a 2015 Hulk.
Yeah?
All boxing papers, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I want to shift them.
Yeah, cool, sweet.
Just want to see what...
So say the coral was 41mm?
41mm.
And the Hulk's 2015. Both
2015.
full sets, right?
Both full sets and the OP's 2021.
Okay, so the 2015 Hulk, I'd be at 12.5.
Right, okay.
The coral OP. Do you know where would you?
What year is the Coral OP?
21.
21.
I haven't seen one in a while to be honest with the coral OP.
Ages.
I think I'd want to pay like just under 10 really for it. To be honest, if I'm being brutally honest.
We do 10.
I was going to say 1,500 quid that, but 1,500 quid under 11. Maybe.
What's you use
Maybe
it,
that's a bit low, yeah, but. What are you thinking?
9.5 and 12.5.
Well, you've got to give it 12.5 for the Hulk anyway, so let's just do 10. If you can do 10, I'll just come in and give you next week. It'll be probably Monday, Tuesday next week I can bring them in. Then obviously you can do your checks and what have you.
Yeah, that's fine.
97.50 in the middle.
10. Because I'm not in a rush to get
Yeah,
ready yet, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't need the money for it, I just don't wear them.
To be fair, that other one was in February. So.
What do you reckon? Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So 12.
Yeah, and I will pay you that straight away, of course. Yeah,
12 I could do bank transfer.
Yeah, that's
is that
fine.
right,
Yeah,
is
of course. Yeah,
it? So 12.5
absolutely fine.
for the Hulk.
Yeah, and 10
10
for
for
so
the
20
10.
so 22.5 for the pair. Yeah, happy with
so
that.
no
Yeah,
worries.
just give me a text when the day you come in. I'll make sure I'm ready for you. All right.
Yeah, so
Nice to meet you.
days.
Pleasure, man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
That's a good watch, that. Everyone asked for him. No,
There's barely any around them. So yeah, just a recap of that. That was Kevin. He just walked in off the street. See, obviously we've got watches in the windows. He's come in to sell 2 watches.
Them ones.
He had a 2015 Hulk and a 2021 Coral Red 41mm OP.
Large style old box.
The Hulk, obviously, you know, we do well with the Hulks. They're quick sellers, always in demand. The Coral OP for us, it's not something we normally stock, but to be honest, there's not many on the market. If you look on the market,
Yeah,
there's not
most
many.
people just asking for them.
So we took a bit of a punt there. I think it should pay off. It's good to have them sort of colours because you know, I mean, if someone's looking for one, there's not many on the market. So
We needed one before, didn't we?
Yeah, we
was that
did.
a yellow one?
no, yellow we
Yeah,
did
yellow
before.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
yellow's even more red than red. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a yellow in. I remember the last time I even see a yellow in person, but yeah. So we've agreed to deal with him. He'll be bringing them into us Monday, Tuesday next week, and then they'll be up for sale. So keep an eye on that.
You said that the mustard is like one of the rarer dials. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people necessarily would have expected that when they first.
Nah, I mean, do you know? I remember when they first come out, and we actually had a yellow one in, and I think at the time we didn't pay massively over for it. Like it wasn't like crazy over like it is now, and we kind of struggled to sell it. Like, it was quite slow. Yeah, but you wouldn't have ever guessed that the yellow one out of the bunch would have been the most, not in demand, but definitely hardest to find in the market. Like, don't get me wrong, like Tiffany is always going to be the best one out of the bunch, and it is the most expensive. But I think if I put a call out for a Tiffany, I'd find one very quickly. But if I put a call out for a mustard, I don't think I'd get one that quick at all. To be honest, I don't actually believe there's many in the market whatsoever.
Is that the
So-
hardest one to find?
So if you have got one for sale, hit us up. We would like to buy one. Hello, mate. You okay?
Hey, what's happening, Charles?
Good, bro. Good, bro. What you sound?
Yeah, all well, man. How's the shop going?
Yeah, can't complain. How's yours?
Yeah, same, man. We're grafting, man.
Yeah.
It's a different graft.
Mate, I feel like I've just work, but that's life now.
Bro, this is it. That's what we signed our life away.
Yeah, literally, bro. That is literally it.
Do you know what I'm after, yeah?
Go on.
I don't know if you have 2026 Olive. They're getting 40 votes.
I don't, bro. I
No.
don't.
I see one in the group, but the guy said he's getting it tomorrow. I don't know how true that is, but
What price was it?
he wanted 43 and a half.
Don't sound terrible to me. I paid 44 something when I needed one recently. All right, bro. Nice one.
Yeah, all right, then.
Speak to you soon. Nice one, Ted. Look after yourself, bro. Go on, mate.
Yeah, same. Take care. Bye.
That was another fellow trader. So we actually do get a lot of calls sometimes from traders. Obviously, you know, not that we all work together, but you know, we all like to help each other out. We can, like, if a trader needs a watch that we've got, and we can make a little profit on it and move it on. Yeah, and if we've got a watch in stock that, you know, a trader needs for a client, you know, we can always have a deal on it. We don't tend to do it as much as what other traders will. Having a retail space, having a retail store, you know, you kind of want to have as much stock as possible for customers when they come in. But, you know, if we can help out in any way, we'd always try. You know, it always pays off helping, giving out favours, because you always need them back at some point. So,
How do the new dials compare to like the new pistachio, the beige?
do you know what? Look, not performing half as well as what the others are, but is that maybe because there's too many colours out now? Obviously, we've said before about other watches, once a watch gets discontinued and there's less around, the hype does go up more. People want what they can't have. If you look, there's plenty of pistachios on the market, there's plenty of beige on the market, there's plenty of lavenders on the market, but you know, people want the red and the yellows and stuff, because you know, there isn't as much to compare to. You don't always be walking around with a watch the same as other people as well. So, yeah. But you never know. You know, they could discontinue these watches in the future, and the pistachio might go crazy. Who knows?
Because they were only quite a short run, right? Because, like for example, the coral and the mustard, because they were the 1-2 ref.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they had a coral on a 1-3 ref.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, someone's probably going to correct me on that one,
But like the green and stuff like that, there was a point where they were like doing quite well.
do you know what? Going on a bit of the green one. I actually think the green's actually a lovely watch, but do you know what? We've took punts on the green maybe 3 or 4 times, and we've always gone, let's have another go. You can't go wrong at this price, but we always tend to get stuck with one. Like, I think every one that we've sold, we've got out of for like pretty much cost or just above cost. We just find them one of the hardest watches to sell. Like, I've ended up wearing it myself for a bit because I was just unsellable. Well, I might as well wear this for a bit, enjoy it. But yeah.
You see, like when you get offered stuff, like when that guy came in with the OP and the Hulk, like I know you checked the trade groups and stuff, but you kind of have an idea of like prices just off the top of your head.
Yeah, of course. If it's that coral OP, we haven't had one in them. Actually, I don't think we ever had one. I don't think we've ever had a coral OP, and there's not many around, so that was quite a hard one to price. So check the groups, that one, check Chrono, see what they're going for approximately. I think we got it for a pretty good deal. There was one in the group a couple months ago for £100 less than what we. No, sorry, I forget. But the other watch was, what was the other watch? I can't remember what the other watch was. Hulk, yeah. I mean, we always have a Hulk in stock, so you know we know the price of that one. Make the offer. Just have to check. If it's a rarer watches, you do need to check them occasionally.
The price they would dramatically change, like not like you never get caught out. They change over a long period of time.
For what kind of watch?
For like a Hulk or like a Batman.
Nah, Hulks are safe, Batman's are safe. Stuff like that, more chance of going up really than going down. The coral OP. But that's, if it's a different watch, you could get caught out, or a bigger watch where the market changed on them. But no, Hulks and Batmans and core stock is pretty safe most of the time.
And so like the groups are like pretty reliable for figuring out.
Yeah. And stuff like, I mean, like stuff like the Hulk, like we know, we sell them all the time. The Batman, anything that we have here, pretty much we know the prices off the top of the head. It's just stuff that's a bit different. You have to kind of check the groups for the most like accurate.
Do you find that now you're
price.
here, you get more people coming in and offering you stock, or did you have more of that in Hatton?
More of that in Hatton Garden, I'd say.
But the quality of customers look at that now?
Yeah, we get some like, customers are coming in and buying Protects out the window, and no, them 2 FP Shawns we bought, that was a walk-in. I don't think you'd get that in Hatton Garden. Someone bought a 5167R out the window a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, better quality of customers, I'd say. But less, we are buying less. So that's one thing we always look to buy watches. Drop us a message if you have a watch for sale. But when you're in Hatton Garden, in the arcade, there was 50 dealers in that one building. If someone doesn't have the money for a watch, they'll come and offer it to us, or not us, just us, but whoever's got the money to buy it. So it's easy to buy watches in there.
Do you buy a lot of watches through Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, our website, return customers, do a lot of part exchanges. So that Daytona we got yesterday was from our part exchange from a previous customer who bought a Sky Dollar. He just chopped in his old Daytona, which he bought of us a year ago, and he lost no money on the Daytona as well.
How important do you think like Instagram is in the whole grand scheme of things in terms of like having a watch business?
Yeah, pretty important. I'd say the website's probably the most important thing for us now. I don't know. Yeah, for us it's very important. Our Instagram's quite big. We get quite a lot of business on our Instagram. If we lost it, we'd be pretty gutted. Yeah.
And you get like a lot of people trying to buy or sell, or
Both.
Yeah.
But we do. I'd say it's probably like 50% Instagram, 50% website now. So.
Okay. Yeah. How long have you had a website for?
Years.
Yeah.
Years of. It's only started really getting doing quite well. Maybe the past year. I had the website for a long time. It's just hard. You got to stay on top of it. Got to update it all the time. Always something needs changing on the website. Every time I look at it, it's that's got to be changed. That's got to be changed. That's a big job.
People actually often like just buy a watch without like.
Yeah, so we offer finance. So a lot of people go onto our website and just check out on finance, and they haven't even seen the watch. We'll just post the watch out next day, and then receive it, or same day and then receive it. So, yeah, most business off the website is just people just buying it online.
All right, Charlie. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. So at the moment, we've got a few factory diamond set stuff in stock. For example, the 7010R downstairs that we just did a reel on, as well as some factory diamond set day days and stuff like that. Do you think that factory diamond set stuff is genuinely more sought after, or is it one of these things they don't really move as quickly?
So I think if you look at the ladies models, then definitely more sought after. I think diamonds are a girl's best friend and that. But if I was to say like an RBR day date, for example, compared to a fluted bezel day date, I think a fluted bezel day date would be a lot more. I think you'd sell a lot more fluted ones before you sell an RBR one, in my opinion. I think it has to be I think the client has to really like an RBR to buy one. I think some people would look at it as a bit flash. It's a bit over the top. It's a bit loud. And I kind of agree with it a little bit, to be honest with you. It depends on the occasion, of course, but I think I would prefer something more plain than I would a diamond bezel. I just think it looks a bit more clean with a fluted or even just a plain smooth bezel, to be honest.
So some of the most popular diamond set stuff is going to be what, like ladies' date justs and stuff like that?
Yeah, so like RBR 26s, RBR 28s, RBR 31s, even the 36 mils as well. They're quite popular. But then also, I think if you look at the vintage day dates and stuff like that, even like, for example, in the 36 mil size, which can be men's, they're popular because where they're vintage, I think you don't see as many of them as what you would of the plain ones back in the 90s and stuff. So when you come across one of them, they do sell quite quickly. Like we bought one the other day. It was a 18348, which is a 1990s day date factory bezel, and that was out the door very quickly, to be honest. So yeah.
So if you were a buyer, like a customer, do you think it's worth spending the extra? I mean, what's the difference, for example, between a fluted and an RBR? Like Olive?
About 10k, maybe a bit less, 8, 9k. I mean, yeah, me personally, no. Not. It's not worth it. It is worth it because obviously, what you're getting, you're getting the diamonds on the watch, so it's not worth it. But it's just not my thing. for example. So I don't see the value in it because I don't really like it that much. But if you like diamonds, then it is worth it. Obviously, factory at the end of the day, so you're always going to have that value there. It's not like you're going to lose value because you've bought a diamond bezel watch. You know, if it's factory, the value is there. So I wouldn't say it's worth it or not worth it. It's just it is preference at the end of the day. So
Do you think they've become like more popular diamonds and stuff within the last like 5 years, let's say, for example?
yeah, definitely. I mean, look, for example, like RBRs and stuff. You do see a lot more of them now, like olive RBRs, and you know, they're very popular watches. And even like for example, some of the platinum models, like the TBR bezels. I'm a massive fan of those, but it's more, would it suit what I wear? No, I appreciate the models and I appreciate the diamond set bezels, but it's just not my sort of style.
So if you were to buy a watch that had like any element of like diamonds to it, would it be like something with a subtle like diamond dial, like diamond hour markers or something like that? Or?
Yeah. I'd be more than happy to do that. I mean, I mean, we've had customers come in before, and men have tried on like a standard date just with a diamond dial, and I don't think that's too out there. I don't think that's too crazy. But some men, they're like, oh, I'm not really keen on the diamonds, and it's like, yeah, no, fair enough at the end of the day. But some people look at it in different eyes to what other people look at it as. Like, so where we're so used to it as watch dealers, we don't see it as something that's too crazy. But to the average person, they're like, oh god, that's very leery. So yeah, different opinions, different people, I guess.
Because you have the it's not exactly diamond set, but the frosted AP skeleton, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Objectively, that's a sick watch, but like finding someone who actually wants to spend the money, own that watch, I guess is a different story, right?
Yeah, because it's loud. It's a very loud watch, and it's like, you know, it's not cheap either. So, me personally, if you used to ask me, I'd prefer the stainless steel plain, and you know, it's probably a 60-70k difference there. So I know where I'd rather put my money. You know, I'd get the plain skeleton and then have that spare money, maybe go into another watch or another 2 watches. But you know, again, preference. Certain people will want that frosted. I just think for me, it's not very smart. It's not going to go with the stuff that I wear, and you know, it's yeah.
See, on the topic of like open worked or skeleton and stuff like that, is it fair to say that the AP like double steel is probably one of the better examples of skeletonized dials?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've done the video on the 39mm before, the ultra thin jumbo. That for me is like one of my favourite watches that I've ever sold. One of my favourite watches I've ever put on my wrist. I do think AP as a whole do the skeletonized movements the best. If we think of skeletonized movements, I think AP do come to mind straight away. Obviously, all other brands have got their versions of it, but if you look at AP, they do it really well. I don't think they can be beaten in that sense.
What about RM, or it's a different kind of fish?
Yeah, look, I just think what you think of. So, for example, if you said, "Oh, if you got a skeleton in stock," that could mean any watch, right? But if you said if you got a skeleton in stock, I guarantee your mind will go straight to an AP straight away. I mean, mine does anyway, and I think most other watch dealers would say the same. That is the first watch you think of when you hear skeleton. You might also get a bit of the Cartier skeleton as well, but for me, you kind of know that someone's talking about an AP skeleton when they say the skeleton, to be honest.
The Cartier skeleton really had its moment, right, where it was like super popular 3 or 4 years ago, not so
Yeah.
much now, really.
Well, I think the gold price has a lot to do with that as well, with the price increases and stuff. Like, if you look at the price of a skeleton now, I know you can get the stainless steel one, for example, but I'm more talking about the rose gold one. I mean, that's a watch that I see quite a lot of. Not a lot of, but back in like before COVID, 2020 times, that watch used to be around in the market quite a lot. But now it's like, who's going to Cartier and spending that money to lose the amount of money they're going to lose on it anyway? I think there's maybe a 60% loss on that watch.
Are there any Cartiers at the moment that are sort of like going for it? Obviously, other than the crash, but is it a sort of retail price or below deal with Cartiers?
Yeah, pretty much, I would say. I think, yeah, I don't think there's many Cartiers that go above list. I mean, they are creeping a bit closer. Like, if you look now, I think the list price is like 7.6 or 7.7. For a 2026 model green, for example, we'd probably be at like the 7k mark. So it's not too far off. I think the gap's getting a bit smaller. I think which obviously shows there's a bit more demand for Cartier now. But yeah.
Do you stock a lot of Cartiers, like lady stuff and things like that?
We have a bit. I do find them a bit slower than what obviously the other brands are. So you do need to have a little bit there to sort of you know, when people come in, they do want to try some Cartiers on and stuff, but we don't do a great deal, to be honest.
Is it something that you would have sold a lot more of? A Cartier is something that you sold a lot more of when you were back in Hatton Garden?
We sold quite a lot of bust down Cartiers back then. Obviously not for everyone, not for us. I mean, like, not even my sort of thing really, but you know, you have to have what your clients want at the end of the day, and that's what we did. Yeah, we sold quite a lot of them. Not so much. Do you know what? Like, even for the whole time I've been doing this job, I don't think I've sold crazy amount of Cartier. So like, yeah, I've sold quite a few, but nothing in comparison to the other brands that I sell.
Is there any like watch in particular which you sold a lot more of when you were down Hatton Garden compared to here?
Yes, mate. What did you say to that?
Yeah. Was there any particular watch or brand or model that you sold a lot more of when you were in Hatton Garden compared to now being here?
Yeah. I would say 1990s 36mm date justs, so 16233s. If you knew us when we was in the arcade, if you knew us when we just started, and you've seen us the whole journey, you would know Diamond Brothers as we would sell those watches. Those were our bread and butter. And don't get me wrong, we still sell them now through the website and stuff, but in the location we're at now, being in Mayfair, it has slowed down that side of things. I think they were more a good starter watch for most people. I think there isn't many better starter watches than that watch for, and also they're unisex, right? So, you know, some women were buying them, a lot of men were buying them. It was just such a popular watch that we sold all the time. That has slowed down here. At some points, if you come to Hatton Garden, sometimes we'd have like 9 or 10 of them in stock at once, and there was no worries about that either. It wasn't like, oh, we got 10 of these in stock. We had 10 of these in stock knowing that we'd sell all 10 of them. Now, if you look down there now, we've probably got 2 in stock at a time at max, because we don't need to put our money into that many at once. But yeah, the demographics have changed coming here, and you know, we have to sort of be mindful of what we're buying here and is it going to sell here. But yeah, it definitely has changed quite a lot.
Was that mostly to like other traders and stuff that you were selling to when you were in Hatton, or you had customers as well?
No, mainly customers, to be honest with you. Like, we always got a name for ourselves for selling that sort of stuff, and it was like, you know, people would contact us because they knew that we would have an inventory of that sort of stuff. We'd have people coming from far and wide. Like, we'd have people coming from, you know, Newcastle, Wales, Ireland, just to pick up these watches from us. So yeah, I think we had a bit of a name for ourselves for that. The same thing with the ladies, 69173s as well. Similar sort of thing. They've slowed down a little bit as well. But yeah, that sort of thing, I think people knew us for that.